Today I fucked up by going to get a Mountain Dew from my garage and getting a gun pointed at me instead. This actually did happen today at about 2 AM. Too long didn't read. At the bottom. My dad is out of town, so I'm home alone this week. I was up really late because I fucked up and didn't do this assignment that was due in the morning. I was starting to get really tired, so I decided to get a little hit of caffeine. I went down to the garage because we have an extra fridge there, and I grabbed a soda. I walked back to the door to go inside, but the door wouldn't budge. This is when I realized I fucked up, because not only did I just lock myself out of the house with no shirt, no keys and no phone, I also failed to remember that my home security system was armed. Right as I finished that thought, woo-woo, my surprisingly loud security system went off. There's a 30 seconds delay to allow someone to punch in the security code before it goes off. I start panicking and trying to force the door open so I can shut the alarm off. I realized that wasn't gonna work and just started pacing and freaking the fuck out. It took longer than I'm proud of. Realized that I'm in a garage and I can just open the garage door. After I raised the garage, I ran to the front door and locked, of course. Fortunately for me though, there's 3 other doors on the side and back of the house that I could get into the house from. Unfortunately for me, those 2 were locked. I defaulted back to stress pacing until I decided, fuck it, the cops will be here soon and maybe they can help me. Well, I was half right. I open the side gate and walk back to the front of the house when all of a sudden someone screams at me, "Stop, let me see your hands." I freeze up in fear because I'm realizing the 2 cops who are responding to a home invasion are now pointing a gun at me, the weird shirtless guy coming from the backyard. I complied with their orders and explained that I live here. I just set off the alarm and locked myself out. I looked up the homeowner, my dad, and gave him a call. Needless to say, my dad wasn't too happy to be receiving a call from the police at 2 AM asking if the dumbass who locked himself out of his own house was his son. Once they were satisfied that I lived there, one officer brought out this device that just sort of popped the door open for me. I thanked them, shut the alarm off, and used the adrenaline coursing through my veins to bust out the remainder of my homework. Too long didn't read. I was home alone late at night and got a drink from the garage, not realizing that I locked myself out and that I just set off the alarm. While I was trying to find a way into my house, the police showed up and pointed a gun at me, thinking I was trying to break in. Why NSFW? It was topless. It's not decent. LPT, if you're tired, but need to get your homework done, try to break into your own house, get the cops called on you, and ride that adrenaline rush to straight A's. Did you finish the Mountain Dew? The funny thing was, after all of that, I still completely forgot about my Mountain Dew. So it was just waiting for me in the garage when I left this morning. Cop, why are you drinking Mountain Dew so late at night? I'm resisting arrest. Wait, that didn't sound right. What exactly was that device the cops used? Big red key. Today I fucked up by giving my coworker a nickname on Facebook Messenger. Did you know that if you give someone a nickname on Facebook Messenger, the person you nicknamed is notified? Because I sure didn't. I'm fairly good friends with this attractive coworker, and we talk on Facebook Messenger pretty often. About a month ago, I stumbled upon the nickname function in Messenger, and I thought it'd be fun to name him Aubergine McBulge Pants, because of the distinct features that I've noticed when he wears certain pants. He never said anything, so I thought my fun little secret was safe, until he sent me a message today. Hey, can you name me back to name? I don't want people to get the wrong impression. Oh, I should mention we're both guys. He's straight, and I guess this is how he found out I'm gay, so things have been kind of awkward. Too long didn't read, came out to my coworker by accidentally highlighting his features in a nickname. Yeah, my cousin learned that nicknames are public when we were in a family group, and he thought I should be named Little Bitch. That was fun. Did you name him Big Bitch? My mom didn't know in iMessage group chats that it renamed it for everyone. Aimed a work chat waste of time. I actually read this as McBugle Pants and imagined him to be somewhat flatulent. Inadvertent sexual harassment. F. Did you know that if you give someone a nickname on Facebook Messenger, the person you nicknamed is notified? Because I sure didn't. Oh. Today I fucked up by sucking on my waiter's finger. This happened 30 minutes ago and is exactly what I get for going out during COVID. I would also like to add that I'm still tipsy from the Marge, so sorry for any errors. So today is my birthday and has been incredibly uneventful. I took the day off of work, but despite that it's just been a normal day. No friend group gatherings, no gifts, just another day, and I'm totally fine with that. My mom on the other hand felt bad that there was no celebration of any kind, so she was insistent that we go to my favorite restaurant, a local Mexican restaurant. I agreed to go for a very early dinner. We get there and are having a good time and it was nice to pretend the world was normal for a moment. I ordered a margarita, they ID'd me and figured out it was my birthday. Fast forward to the end of the dinner and I thought I was in the clear from a birthday celebration from the staff. As they bring the bill, they put a big sombrero on my head and started clapping and singing and set down a dessert in front of me. One of the guys had whipped cream on his finger and went in to put it on my nose. Drunk me didn't comprehend that and was very confused. Due to the big sombrero covering my face, he was kind of stumbling trying to find my nose. I thought, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. And my dumbass self sucked the whipped cream off his finger. I realized immediately after that, no dunder mifflin ho, that is not how you interact with strangers, but it was too late. They picked up the pace of their singing and the guy ran away right after and hid in the kitchen. The whole restaurant, which granted was like 10 other people, but still, stared at me and my mom couldn't stop laughing. Got put the dessert in our to-go box and left. 23 years is off to a great start. Too long didn't read. My waiter was trying to put whipped cream on my nose to celebrate my birthday. Drunk me was confused and sucked his finger instead. Edit, getting a lot of hate for going out during COVID. I agree with everyone saying that it was a stupid decision to go out to eat. It was. I know I'm the asshole. Thank you for all the lovely reminders in my inbox. I wanted a break from the stresses of life and went about it the wrong way. I take full responsibility. Edit part 2, guys. Thank you so much for all the kind words. I appreciate every single person who has reached out to me. My inbox is flooded with messages and I can't respond to everyone, but just know that the positive responses really turned my day around. If you makes you feel better, once I, as the server, kissed my customer out of awkward confusion. Where I live it isn't abnormal to greet somebody with a kiss on the cheek, but it also isn't the norm. I was serving an elderly Hispanic gentleman's birthday party, about 30 people, and he came up to introduce himself and his wife. We shook hands at the beginning and throughout the whole introduction he continued hold my hand in both of his. When I introduced myself to him, he leaned forward and turned his cheek towards me. So I leaned in and kissed it. He said, "Oh no dear, I'm hard of hearing," and then he and his wife busted out laughing. I was so embarrassed and pretty quickly everyone in the room knew what I had done. On top of that, I had to go on to serve the party for the rest of the night. At the end of the night, he came up to me and told me that I had given him a good laugh and made his birthday with my mistake, so at least there was that. This is an amazing today I fucked up story. Hats off to you. Happy birthday. Nobody likes you when you're 23. When I was a waiter, as long as you tipped nicely, I wouldn't have minded the lick. HBD. Just the tip. Edit, sorry couldn't resist. I think it's weird for strangers to be touching your face though. Abso-fucking-lutely. There's a person behind every policy and now we don't do the whipped cream nose thing anymore. Belongs to you.